Hello everyone, this is Potsy here, and today we are back in the Let's Play world on the mountain here underneath. I think we just kind of ended here. We weren't actually doing anything in this area in particular, but let's see what we've got here. We've got a little bit of wood, nothing else though. So I was chopping trees actually a bit last time, so we'd have some good access to wood, because I know we've kind of had issues with having, reasonable amounts of wood. And of course we've got so much stuff we're trying to complete as of late. We've got so many awesome things we're kind of looking at, And that's the best thing about Minecraft, is carving out kind of a future and carving out cool stuff and huge structures and everything like that. And one thing I've been thinking about more and more is this specific room, this house that we're living in that's not even a house. I mean, look at this. I mean, half the house is, well, half of this room of the house is natural stone and grass chunks throughout. Like, it's disgusting. Let's all admit that. It's really bad. So I was kind of thinking what we're gonna do is kind of refurnish and clean up the house, because we have a mess. This place is an absolute mess. We've got some brick stones kind of in a couple of areas to actually polish it up, but hardly, and we've got a little bit of wood as well on parts of the walls, but that's just not good enough, It just doesn't look good. And I feel like, if this house was, clean and I felt like it was actually constructed the way I think it should be, I think I'd be okay with allowing a download of the world, because I know I've talked about that many times and I haven't gotten around to it. But it's not, like I've told you guys, it's not really because I'm too lazy or because I don't want to. It's because I think that the world is just not developed enough to be creating a download for my Let's Play world, There's just not that much yet. And even though I spent enormous amounts of time on things, I feel like we haven't really finished a single project, like a real thing, Like this house. I feel like we need to finish something before we go on about making it downloadable and whatnot. But I guess we'll see, I mean, it's kind of based on what you guys really want, If you want it like this, who am I to say otherwise? So let me craft a few more blocks of these wood things, because we're gonna need a little bit of that to put right here. I think, oh, whoops, right here we should be able to finish up this part of it, which should look a bit better than it did before, at least. Oh, I'm still carrying diamonds. Okay, well, I should probably put those away, because we should not be carrying something that's this valuable. I mean, I could die, I could burn, I could fall in lava and shrivel up. I don't know. Things could happen. So let me grab an axe as well. We need a iron one. Okay, there we go. We got the axe. And now we basically get to choose some of the stuff we want this house to be. So the question is, would it make more sense to fill the wood right there or to do brick stones? Probably wood, just because that's what that wall is. But it may not be wood forever. I haven't decided. I don't know what you guys think looks good. I kind of am leaning towards not having this be wood forever, just because I think it looks kind of cheap, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I haven't decided. And you know what? I think we'll be able to tell a bit better once we've gone further along with this, because I think the more that a room and a house develops, I think the more it's easy to tell what looks nice together and what does not, And it also depends on the structure itself. It's not always just about the textures. Sometimes certain things look good together in certain formations and not so good in others. So we'll make this look nice though. And the castle's nice because it's just a bunch of cobble blocks, That's what castles look like. So we don't really have to worry too much about that and making it look, correct as far as that kind of stuff goes, because we don't need to worry about, making wood, wool, all that stuff. That's just for later. Eventually, of course, we'll add carpets in red, probably red, I think, for the main room of the castle, because I feel like that's kind of a, I don't know. I mean, I know that's not really technically the royalish color. I guess that'd probably be more purple, but red always, I don't know, red just feels right for that kind of the parts of the castle. So now here, I think that this will be the roof height right there. I wasn't breaking it on purpose. So I think what we'll do is we'll chip some of it away and start to actually officially make that part of the roof. And the roof should be built of, ooh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one to choose. I don't really know. I kind of, part of me thinks that brickstone would be good for that, but I feel like we've already used so much of that stuff. I just don't want to keep using it, because we have to craft loads of it. And you know what? If that's what it comes down to, we're going to want to have more of this stuff available. So I'll go ahead and start smelting some more of the cobblestone. More importantly than worrying about that aspect, I'm going to go ahead and start to kind of dig out the ceiling parts, because that's part of the reason this room doesn't feel finished, is because that's so sketched, it's just, there's a hole right there, it's gaping, it just doesn't look finished at all. And this stuff we were working on here so we can continue to dig out this as well. But this is kind of leading to another room, and the goal at the exact moment right now is to kind of finish up this room, which would also include finishing this wall, which we just got wood for. So now we can actually finish this. That's kind of nice. And I think that once we have this kind of place looking a bit more polished in some of these ways that I'm talking about, I think that we will be able to keep ourselves much more organized, you know, as far as like storing items goes, kind of looking through those, building other projects and whatnot. I think that this would be the best thing. And what's funny is we actually built a project board, if you were here last time with us, right there, but this isn't on it. We left the one thing that I'm doing right now off of the project list, which means I'm not allowed to do it, so I better stop. Just kidding. We're gonna get this finished, but eventually we will actually get to all of those projects on the board, because those are the things that we kind of you know, want to prioritize and whatnot, because they're the good things that we've thought through and need to get done. So we will, but don't worry, okay? Just because I'm doing this right now doesn't mean I've lost my mind. I mean, I already have, but you know, we'll be fine. I'm just trying to get a couple of things finished up, because I feel like the scatteredness of this house is causing me severe issues. So that's why we're doing this today. That's why it's out of nowhere, and that's why we're almost done with the parts I was kind of worried about. So let me craft up a few more wooden planks, and we'll get those kind of in place of the actual house. Break that torch. Okay. So now this wall is much better looking. We've got to admit that. And of course, we have to come up with an ending over here on the wall. I just don't know where it is. Now the roof. Oh, hello, zombie. What are you doing in here, mate? You're not supposed to be down here. No, you're supposed to stay in other places. Is that a skeleton? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? What are you guys doing here? Huh? Did someone tell you there's a party here? Because there's definitely no party here. I would have been the one to invite, and that you would not be invited, Skelly, okay? Maybe the zombie, but not you, because skeletons ruin everything. They ruin all the fun every time, every party. And they just can't help it, you know? Zombies, you can like sit down in a chair, you know, kind of call to them off, tell them to eat some cake, eat some pie. But those skeletons, you cannot do anything, because then they start shooting arrows at your face, and that is not helpful. So, oh, hello, Enderman. You are welcome as well, just as long as you don't screech and scream and try to bite my head off like you always do, because you're a freak. So, as long as you don't look at them funny, they what is going on here? He could explode, though. That's okay. I want you to explode, because I want this place to get a little bit worked out. Come on, blow up. Blow up! Yes. Oh, that did nothing, except for hurt me. Okay. Well, that was dumb. Okay, I've talked about building TNT, you know, to explode the inside of a mountain, but that's not the effect I was looking for. Breaking 2 or 3 blocks and then harming me is not a good trade-off. Let me get this stone, and I'm going to use the stone in the stone cutter, of course, to get some brick stones so we can actually fill in the ceiling part of this. And I think that we will do that. Let me see. Okay, 64 right there. So we agreed it should be that layer right there. So let me get the actual stuff started. So we'll get it going. So now that we've got blocks actually placed here, it's much easier to see, I think, that, you know, where we're actually placing these blocks. So now we know officially where the ceiling is going to start and where it is going to end. So let me get this dirt kind of hacked out right here, you know. And also the crops. I don't know what is wrong with them, you guys. I swear to you, I did it right. I put the water down there. I don't know what the problem is and why our wheat is not growing. You know, if we take a look here, you'll see it's still not growing. Like, you can, yes, it's growing a little bit, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's a few of them, but that doesn't mean anything. It's been days. It's probably been weeks. I don't know. It's been forever, okay? And this stuff sits in the daylight all day, and even then, when it doesn't, I put torches on the edge, so it's always got exposure to light, and it doesn't grow anyway. And I even, you know, I went through the actual pain of creating irrigation for those things, so they can always have access to water and everything else they want. And this is how they treat us. They treat us by giving us nothing. I have not had hardly anything yielded from that dumb farm, yet it took so long to create. I had to move animals out of the way so I could put it there in that perfectly flat spot, and we get nothing. Yeah, that sounds fair, doesn't it? That sounds like Mother Nature to me. No, no, I'm just kidding. Mother Nature's fair, right? Right or wrong? Wrong. Definitely wrong. As you can see, the crops have not grown. Yeah, that's wrong, guys. That is very wrong. So, I'm going to take a look at that soon. I don't know if I'm just not close enough to the farm, for it to grow. I mean, that's a very stupid reason. Obviously, I shouldn't have to sit next to a farm. But if that's the case, you know, at least we know. Because right now I have no idea why it's not growing. It really doesn't make any sense, you know? You give a plant water, you put it in hoed ground, and you give it sunlight. And even torchlight, exposure to light all the time. You know, for it to not grow doesn't really make any sense. No, that makes no sense. It makes so little sense that it actually infuriates a human being to wonder why it's not growing. Like, I just wanted a little bit of food, you know? Just a little bit. And it decides, no, we're not going to give you any food. We're not going to grow. You know what? You know what? Forget it, wheat. I don't need you. I'm going to make animal food. I've got animals. I'm going to start breeding them. Well, that's the bad thing. I actually kind of need the wheat to breed. So there's that, you know? That's a little bit of a problem. So, with that said, we're actually going to need the wheat, which is very unfortunate because the wheat is not cooperating with us at all. Like, when I say at all, I mean at all. It's just not. It's pretty much freakish. I really hate it. I hate the wheat. I hate its face. I hate everything about the wheat. I hate its family, which, you know, they're all family, I guess. I mean, all the wheats, all those seeds, the wheats, there's no wheat. There is no wheat. The wheat doesn't grow. It's just seeds, and all the seeds came from one place, and all those seeds came from another place. So it's a bunch of grandchildren, baby seeds and whatnot. But anyway, the seeds. There's no way to punish the seeds for not doing their job. That's the worst thing. They can just do whatever they want, and there's nothing we can do about it. I can't tell them, you know, I can't do anything. What can I do? Take away their water and sun? Then they're gonna do less for me. They're just gonna grow less quickly. You can't take things away. You can't give more. There's literally nothing you can do to coax them into you and your way of thinking as far as growing these crops goes. I just don't know what to do with them anymore. You know, I might kill them because they're pretty much useless anyway. Or, if it's true that I have to be closer to the crops for them to grow, then there's that. We can actually, you know, we could work closer to the farm. We could bring the farm closer to us, you know. There is solutions there if that's the case, but that's probably not the case. Just given our luck, it's just probably not. But anyway, these staircases, I was just finishing up a few blocks there, but we're not going to focus on that too much at the moment. We've actually got a good thing going here. As you can see, from right about here, it actually looks pretty good. You know, we've got good wood structure, we've got some brick stones, everything's all set up nicely. But then you turn around and you're like, oh, looks like a few bombs were set off in here, and it's not even a house. So we're going to fix that. It has to be fixed. And you know, this hole here is huge. It's gaping. And something else, guys, I cannot build this way. It's killing me. My body can't handle it. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to build it. Oh, shoot. Obviously, I can't do any better this way. I'm going to build like this, though, okay? Because when I'm jumping up here, oh, just like this, it's actually much, much, much easier for me to aim. So I'm just going to do this. I know that white circle thing is bloody annoying sometimes, and I don't know why it even exists, but, you know, maybe it exists to annoy people. No, I'm just kidding. I know why it exists. It obviously exists so you can see where you're tapping and stuff, but what's weird to me is, why does it have to be that way? Why can't they just highlight the block, you know, like that, so you can see, and do something else that doesn't look so annoying, you know? There's got to be another interface way to do this, where everybody wins. You know, the people watching win, the people playing win. There's got to be a way. And I know Mojang's actually talked about the controls. That, you know, they're gonna redo it eventually, and they're kind of focused on it, but not, you know, because they have to go in priority. You know, they have to decide what's most important when, and all that fun stuff. But, you know, they have mentioned several times they're going to revamp the whole thing, and they're hoping to go for more of a universal control scheme, which I'm excited for, because I really think it'd be better if everyone was using approximately the same controls. It just seems like, to me, like that would be easier for people. It would be easier to talk about, be easier to play together on servers and whatnot, but, you know, that's not something we can really push right now. And depending on how they feel about priorities, that may not be the most important thing to them. But the thing that's funny about that, though, as unimportant as it can seem to work on the controls, it might be more fun people to focus on the features. You know, if the controls are unusable or obnoxious and frustrating, I feel like that should be a very top priority, you know, to get those fixed up. Because the quality of the game overall and how much fun people can have with it, I think is largely based on the controls, you know. If it's frustrating, and with that said, I'm not trying to say that I am super, you know, frustrated with the game or something, the controls. It actually doesn't really bother me at all, basically. Just the circle, just because you guys don't like when I'm recording with it. But Other than that, though, I think that they could do something better with the control pad or D-pad. I don't know if a joystick would be better or what. I played quite a few mobile games, and there actually has been some pretty good control schemes. It's unclear if that would actually be one of them, but maybe. I don't know. I'm sure they've played with the controls. You know, I'm not saying they've just been like lazy or something. I think they've done a great job with the game. They've been adding insane loads of features and all that stuff. So they've definitely been onto this. So I'm gonna break these. We're obviously not gonna have enough stone blocks at the moment, brick stones, to actually get this whole entire roof and ceiling finished right here for this main room. But I think we'll have enough to get this big portion done, and I think it looks much, much, much better like this, you know? It looks much more like a house, much more comfortable, much more finished, and eventually I think it'll be much more safe as well because we will have all of that figured out. So let me get this block, okay? And over here as well, we need to chip out a few of these. We've only got 30 of those stone brick things left. And I'll switch my controls back as well. And you know, it's not always hard, but there's certain angles like this one that I feel like the split touch makes it a little bit more difficult to actually build it, and it takes a little bit longer to do. And I just thought, you know, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to just kind of use these controls for that and get it over with real fast. Let's see, right here. Okay, place a few more blocks. Blocky. I think brick blocks are so beautiful. They look so nice, you know. Anything can be built out of this stuff and look good. So right here, that just looks great, you know. It looks really nice. Even over to here. Then eventually we'll convert all this stuff too. That is a lot of brick stone if you think about it. We've had to smelt every one of those blocks individually. That is a load of brick stones. That's like crazy. Yeah, I like this. I think it's looking nice. And let's fix that. Let's fix that block right there. We've got a missing, there we go. We had a missing little wood block there. So, all right, guys, I think we got quite a bit done today. I'm gonna go to sleep in the game and just get this night over with. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. No, never mind. Don't. No, thank you. I need to kill. I need to kill these. Oh no, these skeletons. Okay, I'll get rid of them. Don't worry. They're gonna die. All of them. I'm gonna kill them. All right, just like this. Yes. I don't want to attract more though, so I'm gonna come in. They're gonna follow me, and I'm gonna slay them. What are they doing? Oh, you guys are so dumb sometimes. What are you doing? All right, we're going to bed now. No, what? No. Where are you guys all coming from? Get out, stay out. Okay, we're sleeping. Okay, we slept. I was getting worried there, like we're never gonna be able to sleep. This is like the old days. We never got to sleep because everything would get in the way every time we tried to sleep. All right, guys, thank you for watching. This time it's a real thing. You know, I'm just kidding. I was thankful the whole time. I just had to kill those freaks because they're freaks and they're gonna kill me. So anyway, and I will see you guys next time. And I'm thinking that will be tomorrow because, like I told you guys before, I'm trying to make this a more consistent series because that's kind of what you guys seem to want. So I'll keep working on that, and you guys will see some other videos this week as well. So stick around the channel, and I will see you guys on those.